You see this drawing? I did this drawing when I didn't have the desire to draw. I really didn't feel like going to that chair where I always sit and sketch. This instead, I found this just walking around the house. And this is how you can have this big window open in front of you and take advantage of your home. Your home will become a studio, and your skills are going to improve so much faster than sitting on your table there sketching and copying photographs. A lot of times somebody else's photographs. You don't really learn a lot there. You practice is good, it's true. And we all use photographs on and off, but when you are beginning to start doing this, you're a beginner and you really wanna, or you feel like you've been doing this for a little while and you just wanna excel, this is the way to go. Sketching from life. So that's what this video is all about. So let's go and see how we can do this. First thing I'm going to do here is to draw the bottle. And I'm going to use the neck, that's what I'm drawing first, as a measurement to measure the rest of the bottle, just to keep it on proportions. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just establishing doing little lines, points, just to see where those measurements are going to go. And once that I have that measurement, then I will start doing the line work. But first I'm just making sure I have all of this measurement right, and then I will proceed to draw the lines. One thing I want you to pay attention is how I'm holding the pencil and how I'm drawing with it. I'm drawing with the side of the tip of the pencil, not with the very point of the pencil. When you draw with the side of the pencil, you make very light lines, and you can erase those if you need to, or you can move them around, or you can cover them up and you will never notice it with the following layers. I like to sketch by layers for the same reason. There are a few good reasons why. One, especially when you're learning, if you work in layers like this, you're going to learn to sketch very soft, very light. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on your pencil and the paper. You might ruin it. Plus then you cannot erase those lines. So it's good to get used to start your drawings very light and use an HB pencil. That's a very light pencil. Here my lines are a lot darker than they would have been if I would have been just drawing on my own. But because of the video, I want you to be able to see those lines, so I have to draw them darker. And what I like to do, I like to go from the big shapes to smaller shapes. So that's what I'm doing right now. If you notice, the position of the bottle is on the left hand side, it's not right in the middle. That makes it for a more interesting composition than have it right and straight in the middle. Creates more dynamic to the piece. And once I have the bottle and the books ready, then I'm going to start sketching the plant. There are just a few leaves. This is something a plant my wife is starting new, so that's what caught my eye, and that's what I decided to sketch. So the leaves now are very sort of like rounded, more organic. So that's what I'm trying to, when I draw them, I pay attention about the length, how long they are in comparison to the bottle. So you're always comparing, where this corner of the book goes in comparison to the edge of the bottle or something like that. So that way you have an idea of how far you can go with these lines. It's always very important to learn to do this. And once I have all of my sketch done, that I know where everything goes, then I'm going to go and start adding graphite, like you're seeing here. And I apply the graphite in a very loose manner, not worry much about anything. The only thing I worry about is just leaving about 2 or 3 little spots of white. That's where it's going to be the glass reflection. That's the brightest white I see in the scene, and that's where the reflections are going to be. So I want to make sure to preserve just a few little spots. Everything else will have a nice layer of graphite. And then I'm switching from the HB pencil. I switched to a 4B pencil just to get it, get the darkness I need. When I'm doing this, I'm always squinting my eyes. When you squint your eyes, you can really see only masses. That's what you want to do. You don't want to draw a bottle, a book. You want to draw the mass, what it looks like, and go for that. And when you squint your eyes, you're going to get rid of all the details, the textures, and everything. It's going to be a lot easier to see the value, to see the tones between light and dark, right? And also to see the shapes, to see how they're working together in harmony with the whole piece. So it's important to squint your eyes. I'm always, when I've been doing this now for over 30, 35 years, and I got so used to it now that it just happens naturally to me now. I squint my eyes. And now I'm applying a little bit of a tone to the table where those books were on. And this table is the dark cherry wood, so it's darker than the books, of course. Another thing, when you sketch with the side of the pencil, your strokes are going to be so much wider, broader, because the side of the pencil is going to start wear out and it's going to start getting very flat, which you will be able to cover a lot more space in the paper, and your shading will be a lot smoother also, since you're not drawing with the tip of the pencil. The only time I use the tip of the pencil is when I need to have a little more control, and I really need to be more accurate and have a detail that I really need to emphasize. That's when I use the tip of the pencil. Other than that, it's always the side of the pencil. Another thing that's good to sketch on layers. When you sketch on layers, you are practicing the drawing. You've been drawing this how many times now? Because each layer you're going to go over your drawing. So by the time you are getting almost done, you have drawn this several times. Now you have a little bit of muscle memory there built up, and it's going to show. So that is another important aspect of sketching on layers. That's what I like this technique. At the same time, here I have the bottle right here next to me. This is the bottle with the plant, and I don't know if you can see or not, but there are some roots that you can see inside. And that is another thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sketch at the same time as I add the tongue to the bottle. I try to think about how I'm going to sketch those roots. So it will become more evident a little bit later, but I'm keeping that in mind also. So it's not going to be very, very smooth, all of it. The only smooth part is going to be the reflections. Everything else is going to have a little bit of texture. And the label and the neck of the bottle, it's white or very light, so it's going to have a shadow side and a lighter side. As you can see, I applied that already, and now I'm applying tones, to the leaves according to where the light and how the light is hitting them. There are going to be some darker than others, some lighter, so that's what I'm doing. And here's what I'm trying to be a little bit more careful to include the the roots of this plant, and at the same time to preserve the white and the reflections of that bottle. And most of the time, just to make the white, the reflection pop, I add a lot more darker tone around them, around the reflection. That way it's going to really show. In some areas you're going to see I'm drawing a little bit faster, and the only reason I did it was not to make this video too long. Otherwise, it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to do this drawing, but I don't want this video to be that long, so that is why I had to speed it up in some areas. And you know, experience will tell you, experience will dictate, you know, how you go about this, how far you will go when you are done with the drawing. All of that, the more you do it, the more you practice it, the easier it's going to be for you to make these decisions. Experience, you know, you can't beat it. You practice, and you will learn. Now I'm blending with a stump. I'm blending all of the tones that I have. That way, everything will be a little bit smoother. Won't have so much texture, and it will be nice for the next step when I'm coming with the final coat or final layer. And here I switched to a number 8. The number 8 pencil is the darkest pencil I'm using here, and it's very dark. So it's good to emphasize, you know, the all of the dark areas, especially around where there is reflection. And this, like I said, as you can see, is used towards the end, not before. You're a lot more selective with that. And of course, my main emphasis here for me has been the bottle. I wanna get it to look like glass. I want the highlights to look like a highlight from glass, so smooth, so beautiful. And at the same time, I wanna show the roots, you know, from this plant. And as you can see, I'm taking my time a little bit more. And now, as I'm looking at it, I'm going to go with a Q-tip and start blending some areas. And I'm doing the Q-tip, the stamp, just to show you that we can use different tools to do this. You're not just restricted to common, you know, art tools, no. And now I get my eraser, and I'm going to start adding some of the highlights, some of the lighter spots on the leaves, on the right hand side of the label, as I show my beautiful head there. And here I take my time doing these highlights because I want them to be right. And by the way, if you are finding this useful, it's a useful video for you, please give me a like and subscribe. That would be great. Now going back to the drawing, I'm adding with my number 4, you can do it with a HB pencil, or number 2B also pencil, just very light. Start adding a little bit of tone to the background. That way the white of the label will, you know, jump at us. It's not going to blend so much with the background. It creates another, you know, layer in between. So that is what I'm doing that. And at the same time, I'm just smoothing most of the background because it's you know, it's flat. And now I'm adding the shadow of the books with the same number 4 pencil, I believe. Now I'm going back to the number 8 pencil, 8B, just to emphasize my darks. And like I was saying, if you subscribe, you're going to have access to over 125 videos like this that I have published in Facebook. So, and YouTube. So go visit it, and please do some of these exercises. They will really help, especially if you are at the beginning, early stages, you know, of your drawing career. And now, how far do we go with this? It's going to be up to you, how finished you want your piece. When do you stop? When you find yourself and you're just going like this for no reason, just to be doing something, that is a good time to stop, because if you start doing that too much, chances are you might be ruining your own drawing, and sure, you don't want to do that, especially when you were working, you have some time invested on this. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're going to see the rest of my videos, and I'm going to see you again, so we can go and see what else we could draw. So I'm going to leave you here, and like I said, will be great. And practice. See you next time.